Hi, in this week's video, I'd like to talk about what do you do if you have commitments in your life and you're looking to move into a job or role that you love or a different role altogether. So lots of people have reached out saying, Inda, I've got a mortgage to pay, kids to look after, and therefore moving or pursuing something I love is just too difficult. And so I thought, let me share with you the 3 tips that I've used in my life to pursue and build WorksBuy that have helped me a lot. Firstly, let me just say that I can relate to you if you have commitments going on in your life. I have a full-time corporate career that's quite demanding, a young family, I'm the primary income earner at home, and I'm also building WorksBuy on the side. And so figuring out what my commitments are and how much I am able to invest in WorksBuy has been really important to me and useful as well. So my 3 tips that hopefully help you are, firstly, understanding what your current situation is. So with this, I mean your financial situation and the time that you have that's available. So from a financial perspective, doing a bit of an audit on what your income is, how much you spend, what you have in savings, and what might be required for you to build towards your career that you might love is really important, because there could be a time when your income might drop, your commitments still maintain the same, the mortgages, bills to pay for kids or anything else. Therefore, you need to have some savings for you to draw on in those times. So that's really important, doing an audit of your financial situation. Secondly, understanding where you spend your time. And so for me, I realized that I was spending my time on things that weren't really very productive. So every night, me and my wife would sit down and watch TV for a couple of hours. It was great in terms of, we were together, but we weren't really spending time. So this year we've recalibrated that a little bit, and we have dinner together at home every night once our daughter goes to sleep. No TV. It's a shorter time, but it's better in terms of the quality of the time that we spend together. And then we go off and do different things. I build WorksBuy, she does stuff around the house, watches TV, etc. So that's been really important in terms of understanding where I spend my time and therefore what's productive use of that time and how can I recalibrate my life. So that's the first tip, understanding what your current situation is. Secondly, defining how important it is to you to pursue a career that you love. For some people, they're pretty comfortable in their jobs, and pursuing something that they love is a nice to have versus a need to have. When it's a need to have, it's someone who may be very disengaged with their job for whatever reason, and they really want to pursue a career that they love. That becomes a need to have situation. Now, when it's nice to have, the sacrifices that people tend to make are probably a bit lower than if it's a need to have situation. I desperately need to find and pursue a career that I love, therefore I'm going to invest the time, the resources to make that a reality. So understanding where you are on the spectrum of nice to have versus need to have will enable you to then invest the time and effort into getting the right outcome for you and ultimately having a more happier life. So secondly, it's about defining how important it is to you. Thirdly, I really encourage you to find your passion even though you've got commitments. The reason why I say this is because a lot of people I speak with are a little bit afraid to find what they might love because they don't know what it's going to tell them and therefore what action they feel they might have to take, which is quite interesting in itself. So what I say to people is give yourself the shot, find what you love, look at your life, and then see what you can do, because you never know what you might find when you do the work to figure out what you might love to do. It could end up being a situation where you might be able to tinker your role a little bit and get a lot more enjoyment out of what you do currently, as opposed to having to, say, quit your job, go to uni for a few years, try to find a job after that in a career that you love, and so on and so forth. So give yourself the opportunity to find what you love to do, and then you can make a decision. So it's the whole analogy around information is power. So the 3 tips once again are, firstly, understand what your current situation is. and that's around your financial position as well as where you spend your time. Secondly, is defining how important it is to you to pursue a career that you love. Is it a nice to have or a need to have? And thirdly, give yourself the opportunity to learn what you might love to do, and then you figure out what you do with your life. In closing, I've got a webinar coming up this Thursday, 18th of May from 7 to 8 p.m. It's free, and I'll give you all the tips and tricks that you need to find a career that you love. If you're interested, please send me an email. A box will come up soon with information, and I'll add you to the invite. And I look forward to speaking with you then. Take care and bye for now.